I like spring, but it is too young. I like summer, but it is too proud. So I like best of all autumn, because its leaves are a little yellow, its tone mellower, its colors richer, and it is all tinged a little with sorrow. Its golden riches speak not of the innocence of spring, nor of the power of summer, but of the mellowness and kingly wisdom of approaching age. It knows the limitations of life and is content. Fall is a time for exultation, as well as a time for searching of the conscience. For those who planted abundantly in the spring, and who fought against the bugs, weeds, and weather of summer, fall can bring rewards which give cause for rejoicing. For those who watched both the arrival and departure of spring, and who made little effort to take advantage of its all-momentary tenure, fall can be a time of turmoil, a time of anxiety, and a time of great regret. It is in the fall when we discover how long or short the winter will be. The fall tells us if we have really done that which is required, or if we have fooled ourselves through the temporary anesthetic of conversation and pretense, of telling ourselves we've worked when we haven't. The soil and the arrival of fall together occupy the seat of judgment which presents the final truth of human effort. There can be no disputing its final verdict, for the evidence of toil, care, and patience are indisputable. Either the crops are bounteous or they are not, and if not, we need look no further than to the hands of those who were charged with responsibility last spring. The excuses of poor soil, poor seed, or bad weather are better left unsaid, for the sower selected the soil, the sower selected the seed, the sower alone is held accountable for his crops, not circumstance. Nothing is more exciting than a bounteous crop, and nothing more dreadful than a barren field in the fall. So it is with those given the responsibility for planting the crops of the field, and so it is also to those who are given the responsibilities of life and success in the world of business and labor. An unproductive and meager result in the season reserved for harvesting makes confession of our own past failures both difficult and necessary. An empty bank account is a sign of an ineffective past effort. It is a sign of a missed opportunity. It is a sign of too much procrastination or laziness. The law of the universe is faultless. It applies equally well to the farmer as to the business person. The law is equally applied to all things and all people. The law has endured since the creation of the world, and for that long men have sought to circumvent it, or argue with it, and even to ignore it. In the end, our results demonstrate if we have obeyed its orders or disobeyed. The law is simple and known to all. In all areas of the human existence, be aware that what we put into this world, we get back from it. It is nature's way of evening the score. Both thoughts and actions determine the result, the lifestyle and the human attitude. Lies, sooner or later, attract lies in return. Finding an easier way at the expense of quality will take its inevitable toll in decreased profits and sleepless nights. All effort, be it service, marketing, recruiting, or products, must bring good to all those who are involved, or the effort will not withstand the final test of time. Corn planted in the spring will produce corn in the fall, as will wheat, barley, or melons produce after their own kind. You cannot plant one crop and expect to reap another just because you change your mind during midsummer. It is a tendency of humans to look at those who enjoy success as having been, at some earlier time, either lucky or dishonest. Surely the man driving the luxury car toward his expensive home on the hill could not deserve it through hard work and sacrifice. Such is the language of the poor. For the fortunate man with the car and the house on the hill, these are crops given to him in his fall of the business season, as just rewards for efforts expended during an earlier springtime of his life. A springtime during which those who now condemn the man possibly sat back and laughed, or fished, or told stories. This is the folly of man. Those who do not possess will always scorn the possessor. Those who condemn the successful man or woman for their apparent good fortune or dishonesty are unaware of the price often paid for success. They cannot see the massing disappointments, the shattered hopes, or the broken dreams. They do not understand the risks incurred in both raising and investing capital for an idea yet unproven. They do not see the legal involvements, the tax burdens, the challenges of labor, or the restraining governmental regulations. Nor do they appreciate the family descent that seems to automatically accompany the pursuit of success. Those who condemn see and scorn the result, being unaware of the cost as well as the cause which produced the success. For so long as the selfish of the world scorn the successful, that long will they continue to live as they live. In the fall, we either enjoy or we excuse. For those who fail to take full advantage of the spring, who fail to guard their crops carefully throughout the heat of summer, there can be no legitimate reasons, only excuses. And excuses are merely apology attempts to place blame on circumstances rather than on ourselves. The difference between an inadequate apartment and a mansion on the hill is the same as the difference between average effort in the spring and massive effort in the spring. Nature always promises that a cut produces a bushel, that we will receive more than we plant. Knowing this, as all of us do, we forget that to reap many bushels, which is the measure of success, we still must plant many cups. Massive action in the spring of life still is the requirement for massive success in the fall. 40 hours a week spent in the fields of opportunity may not be enough, especially if it is spent in the wrong field. Sometimes, to improve our results, we must make the painful admission that our present field is too rocky or thorny, or that the fertile soil is too shallow. And while there is great difficulty involved in changing one field for another more fertile field, that difficulty is insignificant compared to the ultimate difficulty that comes from not changing.